Welcome to Moments with Marianne. This is your host, Marianne Pastana. We're here today with special guest, Nathan Strum, who's here to share with us the best career opportunities in this AI economy. So could your customer service skills be your golden ticket in this AI economy? Well, today's guest is here to share with us just that. Nathan Strum is the CEO and co-founder of Abby Connect, where for the past 20 years, they've helped small businesses with professional and friendly receptionists. Abby Connect is one of the country's largest AI virtual customer service platforms. It uses AI agents and data to drive customer interaction in nearly every type of industry. So welcome to the show, Nathan Strum.
Thanks, Marianne, and thanks for that great introduction. I'm excited to have this conversation.
Well, what an honor it is to have you here and to talk about just what a timely topic. So, why are people in customer service really best positioned for AI jobs?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. Abby has been around for 20 years answering phones for small businesses. And when we got into this idea to start this new product of an AI receptionist, we knew we had to, remake the company because we've been so ingrained in, service based and really haven't been in the technology space. And so we started to look at our employees and find the gaps, the talent gaps, and figure out where we need to go next. One of the things that we realized really quickly, though, was a lot of the work behind the scenes on the AI was not necessarily the software engineering technical work. It was, QAing the calls and providing feedback and, setting up the call scenarios, working with the engineers to make sure that that great customer service was felt over the phone. And so we started promoting our receptionists who'd been doing it for years and found that they were just so great at taking the leap to the next level for them.
So, let's talk about Abby Connect. Can you share a little bit about the company and what you offer?
Yeah, absolutely. So we offer live receptionist services, both human and AI, and like I said, we've been doing business for 20 years now on the human receptionist side. We launched our AI receptionist about 3 months ago. So we were in beta for about 6 months and just launched and have had great success. We're seeing a lot of adoption, a lot of clients that are using both AI and human, and so it's been a great journey for us.
So, let's dive into AI customer service. What exactly is that? What does that look like?
Sure. So AI customer service is, the same principles as the true and tried customer service that we've had for the past 100 years. People want to feel heard. They want to get their tasks done, and they want to feel like somebody is listening to them. And so AI customer service for our industry means answering the phone with an AI voice that has been trained on your business, can answer questions about your business, can also do some other tasks. Maybe you have a scheduler that you want to schedule callers for a future callback, or maybe you want to do an intake as a lawyer to find out if the person has a case that you'd be interested in. So these are all things that the AI receptionist can do, just like our human receptionist can do. And if there's any friction in that call, then it gets transferred to a human receptionist, and we take the call as a backup.
That's so great to have a service like that that people can utilize. Are you seeing like a lot of entrepreneurs who are looking to expand using your service?
We are, yeah. We're seeing a lot of the same clients that use our human receptionist service, same industries, entrepreneurs, small business owners. We have a lot of lawyers, financial advisors, CPAs, accountants, home services. So anybody that needs their phones answered, anybody that knows that if they don't answer their phone, the caller is going to go to the next company and you're going to lose that business.
So, based on what you're seeing, how many tech people lack that people skills to train AI in customer service?
Yeah, good question. Well, I don't want to throw every tech person under the bus. I think I've met a lot of tech people that have great people skills, but I know that the customer service, the people that have been trained and have had experience in the customer service industry for 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, sometimes 20 years, can have that advantage that they've experienced so much with customers and their needs that they can kind of pour that into the technology. I think another difference is, and I get very excited about technology, and I know software engineers too. But at the end of the day, this is technology, but this is customer service. It really is. And, just because the technology can do A, B, and C doesn't mean that that's what the customer is ultimately looking for.
So, what does that onboarding look like for a new company that you're working with? Perhaps, let's say it's a radio station
Mhm.
that is going to utilize your services, and perhaps you haven't used that before, had that kind of client before. How does that look like?
Yeah, sure. Well, 5, even 4 years ago, AI voice and customer service was really only available to enterprise level clients. And the big deal there was is you needed a lot of data, and you needed a lot of recorded calls or other forms of customer data that you could load into the system and train it to do what you needed it to do. Well, these days with the new technology, with the LLMs that everybody's familiar with, um, that first level training is not needed anymore. So you're basically, think about it as in the olden days, you had to bring in a baby and raise it all the way to, somebody that can handle customer service. Whereas now we're bringing in an adult, this LLM that's been trained on all this data, and we're making small tweaks to be able to get it to handle your business correctly. So that's a long way of saying a customer now, small business owner now can have an AI receptionist up and running in minutes as opposed to months.
Oh, wow, that's so impressive, just how quick that all comes together. Is it really complicated for the training for these AI jobs?
It's not. It really isn't. It's not. We're not teaching coding for these junior entry, customer service jobs that we're adding here. It's again, it's the old true and tested methods of listening to calls, listening to what customers are saying, making small tweaks, small enhancements, and able to get the best possible results. And so we are seeing jobs like AI QA, somebody that's listening to calls all day and rating them and providing feedback. We have AI technicians. Again, we have receptionists that started entry level, and we've trained them on AI, and now they're taking the position of AI technician, where they get a little bit more into the weeds of how the AI itself is configured. We have a back-end configuring system that they work on to ensure that the AI is giving the best possible results. We have prompt engineers, AI prompt engineers. Again, this is a position that entry-level receptionists are being promoted into. And a prompt engineer, for us, what that means is, you have all different types of calls, all different intents of callers. And when you set up that AI, there's a little bit of prompting involved with getting the AI to recognize the type of call and put it down the right path. So we have receptionists that are working on that as well.
What a great opportunity for people to be involved in like really like the cutting edge of AI and customer service.
It is. And, we're seeing so many great stories. For example, we have a lady started as a receptionist. She's a single mother with four boys, if you can imagine that in your mind, and no family here where we're based in Las Vegas. And so she works full time and she takes care of her four boys full time. And she's been promoted since she started here three times, has taken all of our courses on AI technology, has taken further courses on technology and integrations, and is now making 30% more than she was just a few months ago by taking these jobs.
Oh, wow. What a great story. And I'd love to hear about your background. Like, why are you an expert on AI customer service? How did that really come to a place where you wanted to invest your time and your interest in?
Sure, yeah. Well, I was probably like a lot of the people in 2022 or the year that ChatGPT released their newest update, and I was just shocked with the technology. I knew that at some day AI would get to the place where we needed to invest, but I didn't realize it was going to happen this soon. And I think the rest of the country, a lot of people felt the same way. And so as soon as I saw that come to market, we started right away in researching and seeing what it would take to come out with this new product. So we kind of thought that this was going to be a quick and easy thing, that we would connect into OpenAI, the maker of ChatGPT, and throw up a product. And I told the software engineers that no, unless we can create something that is as good as what we do now with our human receptionist, then we are not going to market with this new product. And we'll spend the money to do the research, we'll spend the money to build it, but that doesn't mean that we're going to market with it. And when we launched our beta 9 months ago, it was really shocking to hear how well callers responded to it, and there's been no turning back ever since. It's been a great experience.
Well, you touched on this a little bit earlier about why companies need someone answering their phones. So, why is it important to have an AI agent doing that?
Sure, sure. Well, we all know, in small business anyway, that if you don't answer your phone, the caller is going on to the next option. They're going to go down Google and call the next plumber or the next PR publicist. And so answering that phone has always been important and it still is important. What AI can do is take it a step beyond what the human receptionist can do. And when I say human receptionist, I mean a service like ours, and where you're really saving a lot of money by hiring Abby to answer your phones. We there's a limitation on what we can do on the human side. There's certain calendars, there's certain systems that we cannot allow our receptionist to log into because of privacy concerns, and because there's a lot of training involved and a lot of time involved in manipulating these systems and going in there and doing what's necessary. So with the AI, we can do all that now. We can connect to your Google Calendar. We can, schedule people on multiple different types of events or calendar types that you want. And so, whereas before, you were kind of pigeonholed into a certain level, certain things that we could do on the human side, now we can do so much more on the AI side.
Now, would customers know that they're talking to an AI agent versus a real person?
It's, yeah, that's a great question. When we first started the beta, we tested because it's still the Wild West, and I believe that someday there should be some rules on announcing that you are speaking to AI. I'm an advocate for that, but it's still the Wild West, and there's no rules. So we tried We tried both versions. We tried having it where the AI would announce that they're AI, and then we tried where they would not announce. We found some people didn't know. They didn't know that they were speaking to AI, but we did find that the call was a lot more productive when we announced that it was an AI receptionist because the caller is a little bit more forgiving with the delays. And so, one of the challenges that all of the voice AI companies are working so hard on is that small delay. And we've made a lot of progress over the past 12 months, and we've reduced that delay considerably. And it's almost where you can't notice it, but there is that small delay, and if somebody speaks over the other person, then it becomes a little bit, troubling as a conversation. It's not as great of a conversation. So what we found is when you announce that you're AI, the caller is a little bit more forgiving.
So are people really enjoying that discussion with AI versus a real person a little bit more?
Yeah, well, yeah. It's funny. I listened to a call. They brought a call to me the other day, and it was a gentleman, and he said, "Oh my gosh, this is AI. Betsy, come in here. You got to hear this." And he's calling his wife, and you can hear him talking to the wife in the background, and it's really quite a funny call to listen to. But that's the sentiment we're getting. And another story is we have an attorney, and she specializes in elder law. And she came to us and said, "Hey, listen, you guys are doing great. You're answering during the day, but I'd like to have my phones answered at night. But I do want to save money. I do need to, manage my costs." And so we thought, what a great opportunity to test this out on a demographic that traditionally you would think is not going to respond well. And so after a little bit of convincing, we convinced her to try it. We said, "Hey, listen, we're going to give this to you for free. Let's see how it goes. We'll monitor the calls. If there's any friction in the call, if the caller is not happy, it'll fail over to a human receptionist. We won't charge you for the call, and then your caller will still be happy." Well, fast forward to today, and she's one of our biggest advocates. Her callers love it. They have natural communication with the AI receptionist. Very little friction in the call. Very little opportunities where the caller is voicing that they want to speak to a human, and it's great. It's a great use case.
What a great story. That's awesome. So, does it make sense to use AI instead of humans for customer service? And if so, like, is there a threshold and when we should have one versus the other?
Yeah, good question. I am a big advocate of not going 100% AI in any direction. I think you know copywriting and your industry specific gets a lot of attention there, as far as keeping a human involved and not writing entire copy with AI. But that's the same with customer service. I do not believe that the technology is ready for you to completely outsource your phone answering to an AI technology yet. And so that's one thing that we do is we guarantee every call. So if a caller gets frustrated, it's escalated to one of our human receptionists right away. And so, but I will say, we did a study on 500,000 calls, and what we found was the escalation, whether it's somebody calling and speaking to a human receptionist, escalating to a manager versus somebody speaking to an AI receptionist, escalating to any human, the stats were the same. It was the same percentage of people escalating for the human call as the AI call. And so the technology is close.
Well, that's really interesting how those stats come together. And it takes companies like yours to do those stats so we can start seeing what the likability is and how people are feeling comfortable.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And another stat from that study was the calls are shorter, but they have more words. So it's a more effective call overall. And you get that because of with us humans, we're kind of talking in circles sometimes, or we're saying or filler words and going back and forth. Whereas with the AI receptionist, it's straight to the point. It gets his words out, you get the job done, and you're off the call and saving yourself time.
So I know we talked about the work that you do with entrepreneurs. Do you work with like medium-sized companies and large companies too?
We do. We work with a lot of medium sized companies, and a couple of larger companies we're in talks with. We sure do.
And how about like medical offices and dental offices?
So we work with medical offices more so on the human side because we offer a HIPAA compliance option for the human receptionist. We are working on a HIPAA compliance option for the AI receptionist, but it hasn't been released yet. So anytime medical comes to us, if they need HIPAA compliance, which sometimes they don't, but if they do, then we steer them towards the human side of what we do. And same for dental. But we find dentists don't always need that HIPAA compliance for their use case. But yes, we do serve a lot of dental offices as well.
So you really are providing solutions to large swaths of industries because I know on your website you talk about beauty and wellness, chiropractics and accounting. Is the work that you do, I'm sure it's geared to each of these different industries, but are they at the core basically the same?
Yeah, well, naturally, yes, because that's our sweet spot in our marketing, and we've really built our name for ourselves in those industries. So naturally, yes, it's the same industries, same company size in both. But we are starting to see a new market arrive for us on the AI side, and that's a lot to do with the larger companies.
Now, are there certain groups of people that are just not willing to talk with an AI receptionist? Could it be like age brackets or income levels or maybe parts of the country?
We found it to be so universal, the adoption. And I think the big reason for that is because people are shocked when they hear it. I don't know if you've heard it or if you called in and spoken to any of these AI voice providers, but the leap from where we were 10 years ago with the automated systems where you call in and you're looking for your prescription to what's available today is it's really shocking. The leap is unbelievable. So I think people are so intrigued when they hear it that they're willing to have that conversation. So to answer your question, we have not seen any specific demographic, age group, any industry, anything specific that where they shy away from the calls more so than the other groups.
That's so good to know. Are there industries that are best positioned to benefit from an AI receptionist?
Yes, yes. So it's a lot of the same industries that we've been servicing for the past 20 years. So a lot of law firms who are, when you're looking for an attorney, especially if it's, something dire like you've been in an accident, you don't want to wait for them to call you back. You're not going to leave a message at five law firms and do business with the one that calls you back. You're going to do business with the one that answers the call. And so these types of industries where telephone communication is critical is really where we're seeing the growth in.
Do your employees have a fear of being replaced by AI?
And good question. I think they did in the very beginning. And so what we did in the very beginning before we even announced that we were going to start developing this new product is we started evangelizing AI in your personal lives. And so, for example, we did a couple of things. One is we started a little Teams chat and started discussing how we're using AI in our personal lives. And I think people were it shed a lot of light on the positives. And then from there, we started building in the use cases for business. And we started showing people that no, this can augment you and you can, grow your career. This is not going to replace you at Abby anyway.
That probably made them feel pretty good that they are valued in this whole transformation that was taking place.
They did. And, that's been our culture as far as really focusing on our employees. So we went out and we got some great training material to train people on AI and customer service and technology, and whether they stay with us or not, we want them to learn about this and be able to use it in their career path.
Was it that additional training that you gave your employees that kind of helped kind of subside the fears that they had that they might be replaced?
Yeah, exactly. Because they see that, hey, we're investing our money in you. We're investing our time and money in you. So why would we do that if we're going to replace you in a couple months? So yeah, I do think that that had a big part of it.
You guys offer so many wonderful things. I mean, we're in such a great age where companies like yours exist that we can take advantage of, especially when you look at like the small business owner or the entrepreneur that they're wearing too many hats and they just need help. How do you see the transition go from getting to a place where, and we talked about the onboarding where you have a new company that comes on board? I know you said it takes just a few minutes, but are there like little places that need to be ironed out when you are working with a new company?
Yeah, there are, and that's both human and AI. And so, over our history as we onboard new clients on the human reception side, we're very upfront with people and we say, hey, listen, we've got this great name for ourselves in customer service. I know you have high expectations. We're going to do a great job, but we are people. And the receptionists that answer your phones are people, and they need to learn your account. So there could be hiccups along the way, just like any new hire, just like if you brought somebody in to your company to answer your phones. And so this is a little bit of a learning curve. Now we've been doing this for so long that we know how to train receptionists to get past that learning curve faster with lower number of mistakes. But it's still going to be there. So we want you to bear with us and have a, a relationship with us, and not just flip the switch and turn us on. We want you to give us feedback on those calls and work with us and let us know when you see things that not only need to be improved but things that we're doing right. And so that entire feedback loop apparatus has taken true to the AI as well. So the AI needs to have tweaks in order to make sure that it's not making mistakes. And so that's why we have a lot of tools. We have the staff here that's monitoring the calls, but then we also have tools for the small business owner to be able to listen to their calls, read through transcripts if they want, look at summaries, and then give quick, relevant feedback so that we can put it into play right away.
Can you give us some real life examples of how one industry was disrupted and it created new jobs?
Well, I think we're seeing that right now in the customer service industry. I know that there's a lot of the larger companies that are making a lot of noise about cutting jobs and replacing it with customer service. Excuse me, replacing it with AI customer service. Um, but I do believe that that's a bunch of noise right now, and I don't believe that that's the bigger picture happening. So I believe that in small business, we are finding small ways to use this technology to our advantage and give us a leg up from our competitors. And we're not trying to remake our entire companies with AI. I think that would be a major mistake. We're not trying to replace entire processes with AI. But if we can find one use case, one one niche, and put it into play, and iterate on it, and find the ROI, and if we don't find it, pull it back and try something else. I think that small businesses have so much to gain from this technology.
I can bet you probably have a lot of employees that have been with you for a very long time now, especially through this transition, seeing how that they can offer so much to this company.
We have, and we've what we're very proud of is a lot of our senior management started as receptionists. So, for example, we just had a big promotion today. Somebody was promoted into HR director. Her name's Marlene, and she started with the company 12 years ago, and this was her very first job. I'm very proud of her, so you can probably hear that in my voice. But she started as Abby 12 years ago, first job, and she's taken almost every job that we have available, and worked her way up to the top. And now she's one of my most senior, trusted advisors in the company, and started as a receptionist.
Do you still offer entry level positions for people in customer service so they can grow with your company?
We do, yeah, we do. And not only do we want to keep the human receptionist as our core product and something that we believe in and we believe will be relevant for many, many years, but it's also a great opportunity to continue this progression from coming in and really experiencing customer service firsthand. And then, as far as your growth plan goes, to be able to take that into a technology type AI customer service role and, use what you've learned on the receptionist side.
Got so many great things happening at your company. Where can our listeners go to connect with you, be part of your community, and learn more about Abby Connect?
Yeah, absolutely. So our website is abby.com. We invite you to come and take a look. We have a free trial on our AI receptionist. We think everybody should try it. And we also are trying to be active on the social media as well. So just look us up and come say hi.
Well, my goodness, it's been such an honor to spend this time with you, Nathan. Thank you so much.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Marianne.
Well, thank you, Nathan. It's been such an honor to spend this time with you and to talk about your company, Abby Connect. Make sure to visit their website at abby.com for more information on how you can take advantage of using AI for your company. Well, we're at the end of our time today. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. You've been listening to Moments with Marianne, where we make every moment count.
In a single moment, your life can change. Moments with Marianne is a transformative hour that covers an endless array of topics with the best of the best. Her guests are leaders in their fields, ranging from inspirational authors, top industry leaders, and business and spiritual entrepreneurs. Each guest is gifted and a true visionary, a recognized leader in her own work, and while teaching others to develop, refocus, and grow, Marianne will bring the best guest and sometimes a special surprise. Don't miss this. You never know just which moment will change your life forever. Make sure to tune in and visit momentswithmarianne.com for more information.